So we have already found out electric field intensity at point A. Okay. Now we have to find out electric field intensity at point B. Okay. Means we have to put a unit positive charge here. Okay. Now if I put unit positive charge here, okay, this Q1 is positive, so it will offer repulsive force. So electric field intensity at B by Q1 is in this direction. That is vector E1B. And Q2 is negative. Okay. So if I put unit positive charge here, this Q2 will attract. Okay. So electric field intensity at B by Q2 will be in this direction. Okay. It is obvious that as this distance is less, E1B will have more value, and this distance is more, that is 0.15 meter. Okay. So E2B will have less value. So at the end we will have to make vector sum of both. Okay. So let us first of all find out the values, magnitudes. Okay. That is E1B equals to KQ1 upon this distance. Okay. That is MB square. But this distance is 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 given in figure, in data. So 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 whole square. K equals to 9 into 10 raised to 9. Q1 is 10 raised to minus 8. Okay. So this will become again, see, 10 raised to minus 2 square, that is 10 raised to minus 4, that will be added here. So 9 plus 4, that is 10 raised to 13, minus 8, that is 10 raised to 5. But 9 by 25 will be 0.36, we know. Okay. So 0.36 into 10 raised to 5, just we have calculated in case of A. So it will be, in scientific method if you write, it will be 3.6 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per Coulomb. It is towards left, okay, towards left of B. Okay. Now E2B. So KQ2 upon this distance, that is NB square. So K is 9 into 10 raised to 9. Q2 we have to just write the magnitude only. So because we are finding magnitude. Okay. Direction we have already discussed. So into 10 raised to minus 8 upon this distance, see, this distance is 0.1 given in data, and this distance is also given in data, 0.05. So it is 0.15 meter, can be written as 15 into 10 raised to minus 2 and square of it. Okay. So it will be 0.04 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per Coulomb. Okay, because see, this is 10 raised to minus 4, it will be added here. So 9 plus 4, that is 10 raised to 13. 13 minus 8, that is 10 raised to 5. 9 divided by square of 15 will be 2 to 5. 9 upon 2 to 5 will be equal to 0.04 into 10 raised to 5. We will write it like this, 0.4 into 10 raised to 4 in order to make power same. Okay. This is not scientific method actually. In scientific method, if you want to write this should be written as 4 into 10 raised to 3. But in order to have same power, I have written here 0.4 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per Coulomb. And that will be towards right of B. So vector E at B, that is resultant intensity at point B, will be equal to vector E1B plus vector E2B. Okay. So vector E1B is 3.6 into 10 raised to 4 plus vector E2B is, see, as they are in opposite direction, I will have to write minus. Okay. Minus 0.4 into 10 raised to 4. So 3.6 minus 0.4, that will be 3.2 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per Coulomb. It is towards left of B because this has more value. Okay. Now at point C. Okay. See, this distance is 0.1 meter. This distance is 0.1 meter. This distance is also 0.1 meter. So actually this triangle, okay, MCN is equilateral triangle. So we can write here everywhere 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. Okay. Now E1C, okay, that is KQ1 upon MC square. K is 9 into 10 raised to 9, Q1 is 10 raised to minus 8, MC is 0.1 whole square. So this is actually 10 raised to minus 2, it will be added here. So 9 plus 2, that is 10 raised to 11 minus 8, that will be 10 raised to 3. So 9 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. Okay. See, here we will have to make vector sum at the end. Okay. So keep it as it is. This is magnitude of E1C, that is 9 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. Okay. Now E2C. kq2 upon nc square. It will have same value because k is 9 into 10 raised to 9. Magnitude of q2 is also 10 raised to minus 8. nc square equals to 0.1 whole square. So it is again 9 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per coulomb. So both have same magnitude. So we can say E1c equals to E2c equals to E dash. Okay. Now what will be angle between these two? It will be 120 because this is 60. And in that case, we know that r equals to square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So I can write E at c equals to square root of E1c square plus E2c square plus 2 E1c E2c cos 120. Putting E1c as E dash, E2c as E dash, okay? Cos 120 equals to minus 1 by 2. So what will happen? These two will be cancelled. So E dash square plus E dash square minus E dash square. So finally it is square root of E dash square. We can write like this: E dash square plus E dash square minus E dash square. So that is square root of E dash square. Can be written as E dash. So value of EC is E dash equals to 9 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per coulomb. What is the direction? This direction, so we can write towards right of C. Okay. Now in your textbook they have calculated this by other way. Okay. See this EC. Okay. See E1C. It's this component is E1C cos 60, and E2C. X component is E2c cos 60. Okay, so EC will be equal to C. Sine components will be cancelled. Okay, this is suppose E1c, this is suppose E2c. So then X components will be added, but then sine components, this is E1c sine 60. And this is E2c sine 60, that they will be cancelling each other. So finally E at C equals to E1c cos 60 plus E2c cos 60. Can be written as E dash into 1 by 2 plus E dash into 1 by 2. So it is E dash. So that is 9 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per coulomb. Okay, and the direction is towards right of C. So you can calculate by either way. Okay, this is simple method. This is given in textbook. Okay, bye.